Hey guys, it's me, Shelly, and well, Daisy's over there, but Bobby's outside. And we went to get some meat products and such at the store the other day, and we got ourselves some hamburger. So I'm gonna make some fresh hamburger patties because those frozen ones are just not right. So we're just gonna make our own, as we usually do. So I'll show you the process. Okay, so I have my hamburger in there now, and I was just in the process of crushing up some butter crackers. Not sure how much we'll need. I'm just going to crush a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more of these crackers here. They're the buttery, smooth, textured crackers. So I'm going to add an egg to the hamburger. The egg is in there. Now I usually like to do, even when I make meatballs, I like to put a little splash of milk. That big. And we want to have some flavorful hamburgers. So we have some garlic and herbs. Tongue-tied today. So put quite a little bit of that in there. And then we're going to put some salt. And we, everybody just says put a little dash of salt, but you know what, a little dash isn't really enough, so. Okay. And of course some pepper. It's really fine, so I don't know if you can see that coming out, but it is. And then we have some just plain garlic powder. I just eyeball things. I'm not much of a measurer. My mother never measured when she cooked. Not that I'm as good as my mother. Now I'm going to add a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's in it, just to give it a little smoky taste. A little bit, not much. And I'm gonna mix this sucker. Mix it all together. No, I don't have gloves on because it is my own food, so I figured I'm safe. I know when I clean my hands. Okay, I'll continue doing this until ready to make the patties. Okay, so I'm gonna divide my hamburger up. As you can see, there's some crackers that are showing, but that keeps the hamburger moist when you're eating it, we find. So anyway, I'll divide this up in as many portions, and then I'll roll them up in balls, and then I will flatten them out. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'll be back to show you what I've done. Got it cut and divided in quarters. I may have to divide those quarters again, depending on the size of the burgers. Okay, so I guess I got a little tripod here so you can see what I'm doing. So this is kind of what I'm rolling up like a big meatball. And I'm just going to put that aside to get on a piece of parchment paper. And I'm going to roll this guy. I did have to cut the quarters out. So roll them pretty hardy. So I'm taking a little bit from one to make another. Just so we'll have sometimes people do it with a measuring cup. And you know how how big they are, but we're just freewheeling here. So there's another one. That's number 3. Roll it like a big meatball. That's number 4. This is number 6. Oh, number 5. Ooh. This is number 6. Some are bigger than others, but that's okay because some days you just want one burger and nothing else. So there we got our meatballs rolled up. So we have 6 of them for total. So this is what I do when I oh, my cupboard's open. When I try to flatten them out, I use, believe it or not, I get a piece of parchment paper. I'll show you in a second here. So what I like to do is make some cutouts of the parchment paper in little squares so I can stack the hamburgers on there so they don't stick together and they're easy to take apart if you want 1 or 2. So I'm just going to cut that up. I started to try to do it with one hand, but meat and sharp objects are not, we do not coincide together. I usually cut myself, so I'm going to do this with 2 hands. I'll show you when I get back. So this is what I ended up with, just little pieces cut up. And yes, they are not the same size. I did not measure. Some of them are smaller, some of them may not fit, and I may have to cut more. But that's just the way I roll. I usually never do anything the right way. It's always a double take. Okay, so I have the piece of parchment paper on there, and I'll put the hamburger there, and I'll get another piece of parchment paper, and I usually take a little bowl and I smush them down into a patty, and I kind of give the little hole depending on how thick you want them, so it kind of bears out to be a good size patty. So I'm just going to put this over here, and then I'll take another one, put that there, another piece of parchment paper. It doesn't matter how big it is, like I say, they're not all the same size, and I'm just going to push them down there. It's a bigger, thicker patty. So that's, and then I'm just going to lay it on top of that one, because when I put them in the bag to freeze them, I kind of just layer them like that, like I said, so it's easier when you want 1 or 2 to take out. So I'll keep going until I'm done here. That's a dandy. Everybody makes their hamburgers different, and everybody shapes them different. Some people just push them down with their hands, and I often do that as well, but when I have a chance to use a bowl, I usually take it. Oh, so I don't have another piece, so let's see how this is going to work. Let's see how easy that's going to be to get up. Oh, perfect. So there you go. Nice thick patty of, yeah, I got some goofy on my hands. Like I said, I didn't wear gloves because it's my own. So now we have a stack, and now we're just going to put them in this freezer bag and freeze them. So I'm just going to put them in the freezer bag. This is a huge freezer bag, so I might be able to just line them in 2 rows, 3 rows of 2. Got 2 boogers here on this side, so let's squeeze them in there and see if we can get them. If not, that's okay. I'll just do it this way, and then I don't know if you can see any of that, what I just did. So they're all in the bag now. It's an extremely large bag. So I will freeze them in this big bag. And it's way cheaper to make your own burgers. I mean, some burgers were, I don't know, expensive. Of course, they have different ingredients in them or whatever, whatnot, but I think it cost us $8 for that chunk of, it was 80-20. So anyway, I don't mind paying $8 for getting 6 burgers that you made yourself and know what's in them. So anyway, now it's time to clean up. Yes, there's lots of dishes. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed how I make hamburgers. We're not going to cook them today, but they will be delicious. I know, because they're made with love. Talk to you later. Okay, when I said clean up, well, I have to do a big bowl, but the rest of this is going in the dishwasher. Yes, I have a dishwasher, and I love it. Cut the bowl. Oh, I cleaned something away. Oh well, there's my one bowl I had to do. I'll tell you, putting the bowl away was harder than washing it.